And yes, with just 20 days away from WrestleMania, may not quite feel out the road to it this year, but hopefully that changes this next week. But we will wait and see. Anyway, that's next week. That's in 20 days' time. This is right now. This right here is, of course, the Reigning Rock Podcast. I am, you already know it, I am Excellence himself, Ricky Goldman. Do right now, like, subscribe, put yourself a drink, chill out, watch this, tell your friends, spread the word, and of course, like and subscribe. But I am never alone. I am, of course, with my tag team partner himself, the man himself, because we make up
high game for the blame. Don't you know it's all about the cash and dream? About the global provinces to stack them things. Make a big exchange, rocks and rings. Bang!
That is right. Excellent money. So here he is, the man himself, the man all about the cash, the man that everybody has a price for. He is the man himself. He is MARKCUS, and here he is.
Pour up the champagne, take the shot of liquor, grab yourself a beer. Ching ching, bling bling. It's always Ted over here, you jabrones.
That is right.
Bam.
And as MARKCUS opens up another beer he was drinking before we went live, Cronenberg. 1664. And that's another, what beer is that? Is that a Steve Weiss you're drinking? What is that?
This is a boring banana bread by Mutant Brewery. Is out in Pittstown, Pennsylvania. So it's kind of a local thing for where I'm from. It's my first time.
We're getting a live review here. So first time ever a live review of food and drink by MARKCUS himself, which of course he does on his channel, which I'll promote in a second, but a live review. So
well, first of all, it smells like bananas. So that's a great thing. I love bananas, by the way. It smells really nice. Ooh. This reminds me of a beer. It's from an English brewery. It's called like Eagle Brewery. They make a banana beer as well, and it's it's quite good. This reminds me just like that. This is actually, I like this. It's very nice. And it's 6.5% alcohol by volume, so it's pretty nice, pretty chill. For those of you that want to know.
Live review, and see, beers like that I like, but they taste so nice you want more, and they'll say,
I mean, if this tasted actually like banana bread, I would literally be bouncing off the walls because I love anything involving bananas. But I mean, it still tastes kind of hoppy, not super hoppy like IPAs do, but this tastes really good. I do like this. I'm definitely giving this out of 10, 7.5. I think that's a fair score. It's pretty good though. I like it.
Speaking of beers, have you tried Stone Cold beer? Is it Broken Skull Lager? Have you tried that?
It's not available up here.
And I know you're not a fan of him, but is it available there? Is it Hulk Hogan's Real American beer lager?
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah, fair enough. I think you can get Stone Cold beer shipped, but I think it's very expensive to get it shipped here. So I'd love to try it, but I'm not paying shipping costs. But yes, so you can see live reviews like that. And I'll promote his channel in a second, but it is time, of course, for, as always, we kick things off with somewhere, and it is right there.
What's cooking at the table?
He said that whilst pouring a beer as well. I would be like, the beer would be going all over whilst I'm talking. But yes, what's cooking at the table? So I'll go second, but of course, Marcus, what have you been up to since last week? I will, as always, promote your channel in a second, but what else have you been up to apart from the usual, if that makes any sense?
Well, I got the thumbs up to to go back to eating and drinking, which is why, as he spoke about before, I had the Cronenberg 1664, which is, this one's empty now. First time trying this, so luckily I bought like a 4-pack of these, so review of this is coming out. And we did a live review of this, but we're going to also still post it on the channel. This is what it looks like when it's poured into a glass, which is actually pretty cute looking. I like that. But I like the fact that it's come out in this color.
And I like sorry, just one second. I like the glasses. The king of
Spades.
Something.
Spades.
Of course, which ties into WrestleMania because of cards, casinos, WrestleMania. But anyway, as you were saying.
So I could go back to regular eating. So I'm happy about that. I went to a Miami Heat versus Sixers game. The team that I wanted to win won. The baseball season just started, so I've been watching some baseball. Just getting outside, enjoying the beautiful weather here that we have in Pennsylvania, and yeah.
So Miami Heat's basketball, to get this right, basketball.
Yes.
So yeah, was that good? Well, you've been to a few live before, but how was this one?
I mean, as per usual, it's always a good time. It's always a fun time. Good amount of people is going. And I mean, you enjoy yourself, and it's always a bonus if your team wins.
For a basketball game, is it wherever you sit, you can still see the court, but you can wherever you sit, you can see the play, you can see the players, or do you have to get nearer to the court?
I would say it all depends on like where your seats are located. So like where my seats were located, even if it was upper level, it was still very center court. So I was able to see the whole court, nothing blocking me. Like literally, this is probably the best seat I've ever had for a game.
Kind of like wrestling up, do people take signs, or is that just a purely a wrestling thing?
No, that's a wrestling thing. No one's bringing no damn signs. No, actually, you know what? Yes, people do bring signs to sports contests. So it's not as big of a thing as wrestling is, but it could
just imagine if obviously WWE have kind of gone into NBA with the basketball titles. Are they basketball titles?
Mm-hmm.
I won't be buying one, but I like them. We'll get into this in news and headlines later. But I like the WWE getting into all areas. But just imagine someone going to a basketball game, taking a sign, taking a beach ball. Remember Beach Ball Mania, bopping it around, starting chants. You'd be like, what are you doing?
Well, chants get started sometimes, but a beach ball, they probably get kicked out.
But this is awesome.
Yeah, they might do that.
Really? Okay. I thought that was just wrestling, but
nah, it's just I would say since there's music playing during basketball games and stuff, you might not hear it, but people do chants all the time.
Or the chant that I don't like, and it's very obvious. This is wrestling. Well, duh. There's a ring. There's an entrance. There's 2 or 3 or however many wrestlers. You don't go to a basketball game and go, this is basketball.
Nah, you ain't doing that. That's stupid.
But that's what people, this is wrestling. Well, no shit. Of course it's wrestling. You're watching a wrestling show.
True. Yeah.
People chant what they like, and So what have you got coming up? Have you got any more football, basketball games you're going to, or anything else coming up?
Well, baseball had just came back, so definitely got some baseball games that I have to go to this year. That's because that's my favorite sport. So definitely got to get to some baseball games. It's a sport that's on the great outdoors. I have to love baseball games, so I'm excited.
Kind of again going back to wrestling. Do they have like basketball? Do they do in stadiums without a roof? Basketball.
Yeah, no, basketball is played exclusively in arenas with roofs over them. So like WWE, they do their smaller shows, not smaller, but like all right, for the exception of WrestleMania and SummerSlam, it's usually in an indoor basketball arena where they play basketball at. So like whenever WWE does Raw or SmackDown in Philadelphia, they do it where the basketball team plays.
The Rumble that last year was in a stadium, wasn't it? And obviously next year will be in Saudi.
Was last year's Royal Rumble was this year's Royal Rumble in the stadium?
Was it not? I'm sure it was. I don't know. A quick Google search. I think it's been in stadiums.
It's never been in an outdoor place. I don't think. No, was it? It was. No, it was. Well, some football stadiums are domes.
Okay.
So that's the thing. Like some football stadiums have roofs over them.
My phone's going slow. But this year, where was it? It was in. Where was it this year? Damn. In Indiana, wasn't it?
It was in Indianapolis, but that football stadium is also enclosed by a roof.
Right, give me 1 second. Division Chamber. Well, it was a stadium last year, wasn't it? In Australia, half full. But yes, that was a stadium. It's not my phone's going slow, but I think Rumble has been in stadiums before. I'm not sure, but before I get to what I've been up to, kind of per usual, but as always, here is the link, and so it's MARKCUS channel. As always, in the description below, so you guys have no excuse. Creeping up there, I think it's 53 subscribers now, so just 7 away from 60. There it is right there. So all your food and drink needs, so review for that beer, head over, look at his channel, and here is a taster as I quickly, if I can, see about where the Rumble last year was. Where was it? I can't remember, but I'll have a look. But enjoy this. So yes, subscribe to MARKCUS' channel. So quickly, yes, this year was Lucas Oil Stadium. So it was a stadium this year, technically.
It's a football stadium, but it's enclosed with a roof.
Last year was Tropicana Field.
Enclosed with a roof. That's a baseball stadium.
The Alamo Dome was
enclosed by a roof.
And 2022, not going back every single Rumble, to go back to 2022, was the Dome at American Center. Again, I presume that's an arena.
And that's also enclosed by a roof. So
24,000, that's good for an arena. Well, all arenas only pay like 20, maybe 25. But
it all depends on what sport it covers. So arenas are probably like basketball and hockey, while fields or stadiums, excuse me, probably do either baseball, like you said, Tropicana Field as a baseball stadium, and Lucas Oil is a football stadium, but it's just enclosed by a roof. Now, like for example, when WWE did WrestleMania, that was at Lincoln Financial Field, which is our football field in Philadelphia, but It's not enclosed by a roof. It's outside. It's open.
And 39 was, it wasn't in Hollywood like they said it was. Where was it?
It was in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah, it was, but they said it was in Hollywood. Was it not Inglewood? It was.
Well,
Wasn't
the thing is, Hollywood is a part of Los Angeles. It's very close.
Hollywood from Inglewood.
And once again, it's Inglewood and Hollywood is pretty close. It's not that far. But that's the thing. Like, I think they're only trying to do SummerSlam and WrestleMania outdoors because SummerSlam was done in Cleveland, which is the outdoor football stadium.
And this year, I think he's going back to Indy, isn't it? It's a 2-nighter. Where is it going? Quickly.
That means they're doing it at Lucas Oil, which is indoors.
Is it? No, it's MetLife this year.
Oh, all right. So that's outdoor, yeah. MetLife Stadium.
I think, and then 2026 hasn't been announced.
Wait. I thought they were doing stuff in Minnesota. They're not doing nothing in Minnesota?
2026 next year is Minnesota. So US Bank.
Oh yeah, I might be able to go to SummerSlam then.
2 nights of SummerSlam. So
I'm not doing 2 nights of it. I said I might. Hold up. Wait, time out.
But yes, I suppose he's more wrestling. But who's asked for it? Who said I know what SummerSlam needs? It needs to be 2 nights. Apart from WWE that loves money, which fan said I know what SummerSlam needs? Needs to be 2 nights. Said no one ever.
No one said it. Only Triple H knew.
Nick Khan said it, and Triple H agreed because it means more money for WWE. But apart from that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think SummerSlam, and I know we got to move on, but like I don't think SummerSlam is a 2-night kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Like 1 night is good enough. Like it's not WrestleMania. Like I get it. It's like WrestleMania for the summer, but like it's too close to WrestleMania. That's 1, 2. It's just they don't need 2 nights.
And Triple H was asked on the press conference, probably for Chamber, either Chamber or Rumble, whichever one it was. And someone asked the question, "Are more pay-per-views going to be going 2 nights?" He said, "I want to kill you for asking that. No, thank you. I appreciate the question, but I want to kill you because booking for 2 nights instead of 1 is even harder." So open to it going other like the Rumble, maybe we're into 2 nights. Survivor Series going to 2 nights.
No,
he's open to it, but
terrible ideas.
Oh, he's open to it, but it's a probably not. Because it makes booking a hell of a lot harder, he said.
Yes, it does.
I could book what Cena's done a lot better than Triple H has done, but that's just me from an armchair booking fantasy thing. Anyway, so yes, for your food and drink needs, your food and drink reviews, head there, like and subscribe. So what have I been up to? The gym as per usual. I've made a few things for my WrestleMania party, which I will show in a second. So, of course, I'll be on my own WrestleMania party. Everyone is invited. You're invited. David's going to come along, reviewing commentary for the matches. And I hope to do a quiz beforehand both nights. Like I said, 3 shows that day. Podcast, stand and deliver, watch. So Wrestle Crate Unboxing, stand and deliver, watch along. Quiz or WrestleMania watch along, WrestleMania Night 2 watch along. But yes, I've done another just add water picture, easily done. So for the good stuff, to what I've made for my WrestleMania party, so just like little signs, just little signs to use. Made 2 of them. They're stuck together with glue. There we are. So made 2 of them. I'll be having snacks, and I'll be made little signs to go with my snacks. So made them wrestling inspired. So big hot dogs to go. The big dog Roman Reigns. He doesn't like being called that anymore, but still. The People's Pancakes to the Rock. Pal Driver Pizza, and last but not least, because Graham's Crackers is a thing here in the UK. So Billy Graham's Crackers.
Mm.
I'll be making more next week. I'm not going to show you next week because if anybody wants to see more of these, I will show them off during my watch along. So tune in then to find out what other ones I've made and what other snacks I'm having. That's a little teaser for you. Tune in and find out if you want to know. I've been watching 10, count them, 10 wrestling shows in 1 week.
Woo!
Some of them easy to watch. Like the Stuff of a Man show, 25 minutes, really easy to watch. On Saturday, there's a thing here called the Grand National. It's a big horse race. The only 2 times a year I bet on that, and I bet on WrestleMania. So I'll be betting on that. It's only usually do like a £20 bet, but yeah, I bet that time of year and WrestleMania. And the money I make from the Grand National, again, the big horse race here in the UK, here in England, I put that money to. I don't save the money; I just put it straight towards WrestleMania. So whatever. But do you bet on anything? Do you bet on any horse racing or any wrestling or anything like that?
Nah. I'm too secure with my money. You know, it's my money. I use it for whatever I want to use it for. I mean, if I want to put on a bet, it ain't gonna be done too big. But like, I'm trying to get into sports betting. I gotta talk to my family more about it because they're really good at it. So yeah.
I'm not one of these that like a gambling addiction or anything that I have to put that like more and more and more and more. I know when to stop. I put £20 on and that's it. If I make money back, great. If I don't,
Right.
but I love how people can now bet on something that's predetermined. But again, if these betting sites are going to allow it, and that's how they make money. So, but again, it's predetermined. So, and I might bet for a certain person, and that certain person, of course, because plans change right at the last minute. So,
Yeah.
But yes, 10 wrestling shows. So speaking of those shows, did you watch or have you watched Dark Side of the Ring? It's back. Have you watched it?
Sadly, I don't have. Wait, do I have Vice? I gotta make. I gotta check to see if I have Vice on YouTube TV. But I have not seen. I didn't even know Dark Side of the Ring has come back out again. So
This one was Mick Foley going off the cell. Didn't learn much, but it was still cool to watch.
eh.
The next one is Ludwig Borger. The next one after that, I don't know, but they're doing Billy Jack Haynes, Muhammad Hassan, and a few other people.
Muhammad Hassan doesn't sound that interesting because like we kind of heard the whole story behind that already. But Ludwig Borga is actually kind of intriguing.
Billy Jack Haynes, he's kind of like a certain cripple, certain Canadian that we don't like to speak about, but he's kind of like a black. Isn't Billy Jack Haynes blackballed? I don't know. And Daphne, I think Daphne's one of those weeks.
That's gonna be one of my favorite ones.
The other weeks, I don't know. I watched it on the website that I watch, Rivals, LFG, Greatest Moments on. But then I saw it was on YouTube. Some generous person put it up on YouTube. I thought, oh, could have watched it there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's about, like I said, about Foley. Don't really learn much, like I've said. I'm very quickly looking. Here we are, I think. Season 6. Oh no, Tony Atlas. No. So Hell in a Cell's the first one. Ads everywhere. All right, so Vader. No. Okay, so we got Mick Foley was the first one going off the cell. Ludwig Borger. Vader's one of those weeks. Tony Atlas. He's weird. He has a weird fetish, doesn't he? I don't know if you're aware of the fetish he has, but yeah, super weird. He likes feet. Ludwig Borger, like I've said, Billy Jack Haynes, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, Superstar Billy Graham, Daphne, the original Sheik Ed Farhat. I'm going to butcher his name. And then I think that's it. Oh no, Mohammed Hassan. So I think the original Sheik's really interesting. Obviously, yeah, he was quite scary back in the day because he wanted to be a proper heel. Billy Graham. Did he die of steroids?
Billy Graham?
Yeah, that's what he said. He died of steroids.
I thought he was still alive.
Nope.
Huh.
Is he?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, he said, but he almost died multiple times. Well, yes, he passed away in 2023, 2 years ago, due to sepsis. But the steroids nearly made him die. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, I'm nearly not aware of. Billy Jack Haynes. Oh God, just reading that bit sounds very interesting. And Ludwig Borger, and then Tony Atlas, and then Vader. Yeah, when his eye popping out in Japan, was it Stan Hansen popped his eye out?
He had to pop that thing back in.
Back when wrestling is still real. What they do in the ring is real, but more real back in the day.
It was definitely more dangerous.
Well, AEW, I was thinking he's more dangerous now, AEW.
Well, we'll talk about that, but let's move on from this segment.
So yes, that was a long what's cooking at the table, but plenty to chat about. So let's move on to the next segment, which is all about hitting the red carpet and seeing what Hollywood is doing, because it is time for that is right, movie talk. 3 movies as always. The first one, I said last week I was going to watch it. Old Guy. It was okay. The Bayou or Bayou, how you pronounce it?
Bayou.
Was okay. It's a plane crash, crocodile in the water, and really, really B movie-ish, which I don't mind, but yeah. And then Champions, that's on Netflix with Woody Harrelson. That was a good film, good movie. And then movies I've got my eye on is Snow White, the live action. I know a lot of people are crapping on it, but I don't think it looks okay. And Minecraft, the movie, I'll certainly want to watch. But I've not seen a movie so far, 3 months into the year. It's probably worth going to the cinema to see. I think when I've got them at home, right there and then I can watch them. No trailers, I can pause it. You've got nobody walking past. Yeah. And even go to the cinema. Well, I think The Rock's got a movie out this year, so I'll go to watch that. But apart from that, that'll be it. But yes, have you watched any movies? Or was it last week you watched Batman? So have you watched any movies this week? Or
no movies came across the screen this week. So no movies this week. It was just baseball, which had its opening day on Thursday, which is a lovely thing. Shout out to the Phils for winning 2 out of 3 games versus the Washington Nationals. And did I watch anything? No, I didn't really watch anything else. So yeah.
Will you be watching Minecraft the movie?
Nah, because I hate the video game itself.
I like Jack Black. He's funny, and Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa can do anything. Comedy, action. Again, he's one of those actors that can do anything. So
yeah, okay.
And yeah, like I said, Snow White. When was the first one made? Was it not 1960s or something? It was like one of the very first Disney movies they ever made.
Yeah, I think it was one of the first ones they had made.
took many years to make the remake. Many years. Yeah. But we'll play an ad here, and then so do you want to do after we've done the wrestling roundup? Do you want to do Dynasty predictions this week or next Sunday? It's up to you.
Wait, say it again.
Dynasty predictions next pay-per-view, AEW pay-per-view. You want to do them this week or next week?
Let's do next.
Okay. Maybe about 80 matches, but okay then.
How many?
They won't be 80, but they overload the card. I think it was 15 for.
Then screw it. Let's do it this week then.
Yeah, we'll do. Okay, I think there's 6 matches made, so yeah. But we'll play an ad here and then get into some wrestling talk. So enjoy this. That is right. Protein Tees, Goldman's one. Head over right now. Not right now, of course. After this, look, search for my t-shirts. If you can prove you got a t-shirt and you bought one, I will give you a shout out in every single one of my videos for an entire month. So for WrestleMania weekend, that is 4 videos. So if any of you guys got a YouTube channel, I think that will really help it out. So yes, buy a t-shirt. Let me know. I'll give you shout outs. If you can't, as I always say, get it shared. But let's get down to that ring. The championship is on the line. The people are waiting because it is time for... That is right. Wrestling Roundup. As always, AEW. We begin with... I'll check the Collision results. Nothing interesting at all. I checked them. If anything, I'm fully honest here. If anything interesting happens on... anything I find interesting, I suppose, happens on Collision, I'll bring it here and talk about it. But yes, nothing. But Dynamite, give me a second. So again, based purely on results, Kenny Omega defeated Blake Christian. Okay. Kyle Fletcher over Brody King. So Brody King really lost in the shuffle. Also Black has left. Buddy Murphy's there, but Powerhouse Hobbs defeating Mark Davis. Top Flight over Alex Finlay and Dave O'Knight. Exactly, I don't know either. Takeshita. I like Takeshita's continue to get his wins. So after losing the title, he's still... So this is where AEW does something good, and I'll say they do something good, but it's AEW's a pile of crap, and these are just sprinkled on top. So then in a world of crap, these bits are overlooked, but Takeshi's getting that push despite not being champion. So cool. And Megan Bay and Penelope Ford in tag team action defeated and beat Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa. Just above a jobber, I will say. Any thoughts of what I've said there, or shall we move right into Monday Night Raw, or do well either afternoon Raw for me?
I say you're right. Brody King has definitely fallen to like nowhere's land because Officer Black has left, so he's trying to find his way. But that's it.
Yeah. And in 3 months, and I think I've said this before, in 3 months, they have done nothing. No, nothing on Dynamite, nothing on Collision, really nothing on pay-per-view that I would go back and watch and think, oh, that was really good. In 3 months. Like nothing.
That's terrible.
Say the pay-per-view Revolution was good. I'm not going to say it was crap. People, some people crapping on it say it was the almost awful pay-per-view ever. Certainly not. It was good. But the trouble is, they leave everything, like I said before, they leave everything on pay-per-view and really nothing for their TV shows.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Or you have thrown together matches like Powerhouse Hobbs versus Mark Davis. Like, it is. I repeat myself weekly, but it's a indie show on indie company on TV. It's ran like an indie company. These matches just thrown together with zero storyline or very little. Anyway, with 26 days to go to WrestleMania, it was for me afternoon Raw, late evening Raw, 8 p.m. start. So out comes John Cena again. So this time, he's going after the Spinner Championship that apparently people didn't like. Wrong. People loved and still love the Spinner Championship. That's why they kept it for 8 years, because I know Vince McMahon is stubborn, but it made money. That championship had lasted 8 years, and they brought it. And they brought it back. So Cena buries the time, the saying, Cena's making chicken salad out of chicken shit. He's doing what he can with what he's being presented. But the heel turn really didn't make sense. It was epic. The heel turn was done very well, but it didn't really make any sense. Why did he turn heel? Why? He got the title shot anyway. So that didn't make sense. And then going after the fans that hated him, but the fans have loved him. Like for the past 10 years, probably, the fans have loved Cena, and they've not said anything but that. He'd been a part-timer for 10 years, so... And then he goes after the championship that people loved. And they brought the title back, and it was on sale in Belgium, it was on sale in Glasgow, and it's on sale tomorrow in London. And apparently they're nearly all sold out. But apparently we hate the championship. Out comes Cody Rhodes. He did a better promo this time. He said, he basically laid down the championship, said, if you want the championship, here it is. So you know what, it's off. That was it. But up to now, they've done, I think Cena gets cheered. He's done nothing to be booed in his last Mania against Cody, who some people have not just me, but other people are fed up with. Whether it be Cody hasn't done a promo since Mania last year that I thought that was good. I want to go back and watch that. He hasn't presented with opponents, so you thought they're taking the title. So I don't, I might be sat here next week saying that's what we needed. Well done, Triple H. Whatever they do on Raw tomorrow night, that's what we needed. I doubt it. I think they do exactly the same. Cena will come out, bury the crowd. Here comes Cody to be the hero for the crowd. Even though we need The Rock. Where is The Rock? Again, why can't he do a 2-minute promo? But I don't think Cena's done enough up to now to be booed at Mania. Anyway, your thoughts?
So, I hear what you're saying, right? About, him burying the title that apparently people love. You got to remember what he said. A lot of the wrestling purists during that time period where he presented the spinner belt said that he was making a mockery out of the WWE Championship, that it was a toy. Now, to be fair, it was a toy, right? Because here's the funny thing, right? I mean, I mean, you've been watching wrestling just as long as I have. Well, a slightly lesser time, but still. When John Cena came out with the spinner belt, the first thing I remember thinking was, what the fuck is that? Right? Because, so in America, and this is a very old term. Actually, this is a term that you would know since you're a 50 Cent fan. John Cena is a wankster. Total wankster, right? So when he came up with the spinner belt, the first thing I thought was spinners haven't been cool in a little minute. Oh yeah, he's a wankster for sure, right? The spinner belt, even when you see it on not just John Cena, when you see it on Edge, when you see it on Triple H, It's a joke. The only other person, to be very fair, the only other person that it looks good on other than John Cena is The Miz. That's it. Because
Yeah.
low key, The Miz is a joke. No offense to The Miz. I love his work, but during that time period, I couldn't see him as a viable champ. Okay. And when John Cena was talking about, he was talking about the purists that made fun of the fact that, yeah, you kind of made the championship look like a trinket. Yes, we already know how it is, blah, 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 da, 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 da. But let's be real, but let's also be honest. The WWE Championship is supposed to be prestigious, right? Like, think about Big Gold for a second, right? Big Gold didn't start losing credibility until David Arquette really got it. And Vince Russo had it, right? Terrible booking, right? You would agree that's terrible booking. John Cena having the WWE Championship isn't terrible booking. The title being made into a toy that was going to sell made it a problem. So him bearing the championship makes a lot of sense because it's like, hey, I tried to do this thing, y'all hated it.
Terrible booking putting the title on David Arquette, but I got why to promote the movie. So yes, it's terrible booking, but I understand why they did it. So
not during the time period that WCW was in. WCW was dying slowly but surely at the time, and putting on David Arquette, that was a good move. Come on, Russo, that was not good. You know that wasn't good.
And yes, you're right about this being a championship. We're like, well, yeah, when everybody else but Cena had it, it didn't look good. Like when Punk had it for 434 days, he had the spinner belt, and just like, okay.
That's not him, right? Like, it was weird.
And then thank God The Rock retired it because
once again, it just wasn't a good look. So Cena coming out and saying that to the fans makes sense. Yeah, he's been a part-timer for better off like 10 years or so, but still, yeah, the reason why people have sold out that spinner belt is because this is the last time they're going to see John Cena. And that is overseas. If John Cena was over here, it wouldn't get sold out that fast. Because we get wrestling more often than you guys do. We get WWE. WWE is not as much of a big giant thing as it is with you guys. Remember, y'all might get a pay-per-view, you might get a Raw, you might get a SmackDown. Every year, Raw or SmackDown is coming to my city. We talked about that, 2 weeks ago. Raw or SmackDown is coming to Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a big city. It's the 5th largest city in the United States of America. You're going to come here. I don't have to come to your show every time you're in the city. You're going to come at least once a year. I have no problem with sitting out the next time or whatever it is. You might have to go, Ricky. One of these times you might have to just sacrifice the money to go to London, to go to Sheffield or wherever you got to go to see WWE.
Well, they're back in August in Manchester. I'll be that one. So
once again, though, right? Like you have to go. You got a 1 out of 3 chance. I have almost all year round.
I won't be buying Cena's spinner belt though. I will be buying a program, if that'll be it.
But think about though, other people that's like, just John Cena's last hurrah. I need to get the spinner belt. They're going to get it from WWE.com and wherever else, right?
£500, no.
Well, not you, but someone else.
But going back to his spinner belt, obviously, you didn't like it at the time. It didn't make sense. He had the spinner, and I've got it. I've got his spinner medallion thing, and he had the spinner US title. So it's just, what's the word? He set the seeds in motion. You saw the spinner US belt. You knew he was going to have the spinner WWE belt. It fit the character. But he kept winning it back, so that's why they kept it. But as soon as he knew he wasn't winning it back, yes, he should have got rid of it.
Should have, but why would I get rid of it when kids love it? Right? Once again, PG era, selling to the kids, etc. So him burying it makes a lot of sense because this is what a heel character is supposed to do. Right? My previous work wasn't good enough, so y'all ain't like it, so I'm gonna bury it now.
But again, it might all change tomorrow night. The Rock might turn up tomorrow and do an epic promo and really build. Tomorrow's the last time we see Cena before Mania. So they might do it. So that's it. We see Cena tomorrow, then Mania, and then whenever. I think night after Mania as well. He's there.
You better make it count.
But I might be, like I say, sat here next week saying that's what they needed. Bring out the Rock and an epic promo, and oh wow, and we're talking about it, and that's what I hope. But I think they just have him come out, bury the crowd, and now here comes Cody as the hero. But so far, Cena's done nothing that would make me want to boo him and cheer for Cody. Now that's because I'm not a fan of Cody. That's more this heel turn being horrible. He's buried the crowd that loved him and buried a title that was popular. Okay. Moving on. So it wasn't Joe Hendry, unfortunately, but it was Jimmy Uso teaming with his brother. So the Usos reunited to defeat A-Town Down Under. Okay. The story came after the match. They're using Jimmy, and this is how they're building a WrestleMania match. Jimmy Uso went for the spear, slipped, stumbled, and they're using that as part of the story. So they made it so obvious what's happening at Mania, and obvious predictability is not a bad thing, but yeah. And then later on, Jey Uso, the Usos were backstage at the backstage segment, and Jay said, "I'm scared of Gunther." So the story is he can't overcome him, and he's going to do it at WrestleMania. Fine, but I think he needs a lot more. That's just me. Lara Valkyria is still Yomi's Intercontinental Champion. Defeats Raquel Rodriguez. No shocker there. Now, very confused at what they're building here, and we're, as of Raw, was 26 days away, so just under 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Mm.
Every match will be set in stone for WrestleMania, and it's just build. So it looks like it could be either Lyra versus Bayley at Mania, or Lyra and Bayley versus Liv and Raquel. Like I said last week, thrown together. And neither of those are WrestleMania matches. Lyra, Bayley easily, probably mid-card, or maybe a mid-card for Raw. And then Lyra and Bayley versus Liv and Raquel, that could be your main event. They could do both on the same Raw. Anyway, your thoughts of the Usos over A-Town Down Under and Lyra retaining against Raquel?
I had a feeling it was going to be his brother being his tag partner. I was like, Joe Hendry. They try to keep it like NXT with TNA, not WWE with TNA, except if it's the Royal Rumble. So I get that. I mean, of course, the Usos are going to go over A-Town Down Under. That just makes a whole boatload of sense. Sorry, say it again. The second one.
So your thought? Do you want to give you? I don't even give you any thoughts about Jay pretending to slip, attempting a spear, and they're using that as part of the storyline.
Nah, I don't got nothing for that.
And Lyra retaining against Raquel.
Lyra's boring. So I get this is them trying to push her, but she's just not. She's not it, man. I wish I knew how to help her, but I don't.
And even she's from Ireland, of course. We're always in Scotland, but it's still part of the UK. Even they were like, she got a decent pop, but nothing like, oh my god, it's one of somebody from the UK. It's like, here she comes. So yeah, I don't know what she's failing on. She's very good looking. Her theme's not bad. She's good in the ring. She's got a character.
Her theme is generic as fuck. Her theme feels very Finn Balor-ish. Is very generic. And yeah, oh my god, her. When I really think about her theme, is very woo. That shit is very Finn Balor-ish. So
So
that kind of sucks because like now it's like, oh, you can't get away from another Irish person. Her character is very meh. There's nothing like there's nothing. It's nothing to it. It's just she's there. She had to work a lot. I think the only way she might have to get over it, she might have to become heel to get some character work or something.
I said a number of weeks ago, probably last week, whenever it was Ivy should have won. Ivy takes the title.
You said that last week, and I agree. She should have won the IC title. She has a better character. She has a lot more to develop in ring wise, but she's a lot better than Lyra is, in my opinion.
Lyra's losing, Cree Brothers are losing. Ivy lost, for those who check the main event results. Probably I'm the only one, but Ivy lost to Dakota on main events. Like, ugh, what are we doing here? Like, it was confirmed. We already discussed it. Nat Disaster's going in the Hall of Fame, but they just confirmed it. Adam Pearce came on out, and Io Sky did. Adam Pearce saying he's not going to give Rhea the title match or not make it a triple threat for Mania. Io Sky coming out and said, I want the title match to be triple threat. Why would a champion want it to be triple threat? I know, I get what they're doing. She's unfortunately now still disrespected. So Bianca came out, Rhea came out, Bianca got booed in Glasgow. I don't know why. I think she's coming out a little bit whiny. She's coming off like, I've got the title shot and Rhea's got to wait, even though Rhea technically deserves a title shot. So Io's still being disrespected, but why? So I get why she wants a match, but if I'm a champion, I want one-on-one at Mania. But that's just me. I'm a kind of a heel. I would just want the one-on-one match. So tomorrow night on Raw, it's Rhea versus Io with special guest referee Bianca for the title. We all see what's happening here. Rhea's going to blame Bianca for the match. There we go. That's you set up the triple threat. Okay. 19. That'll be 19 days away from Mania, and they're adding one more match. El Grande Americano looks very familiar, but can't quite think who that is. He's apparently making his debut, so yeah. El Grande Americano defeated Dragon Lee. Lots of the Mexican fan base hate this because it's just mocking a lucha mask. The lucha. A lucha mask is very sacred in Mexico, and they're hating this because it's making a joke out of it. The person who is El Grande Americano is good in the ring and very entertaining. So I like this. It was funny, but what does this do for WrestleMania? So your thoughts of Io, Bianca, Rhea segment and El Grande Americano over Dragon Lee?
So, I mean, Io, she's recommending, so, I know it doesn't make sense. It's not going to. But she's recommending a triple threat match because she's like, you know what? I'm tired of being disrespected. I'm going to beat both of you bitches. That's it. I'm going to beat both of you bitches and prove that I'm the best on Raw. And that's fine. That's fair. As far as the masked American luchador, him being Dragon Lee makes a lot of sense. In his debut, great. I love it. I get the whole thing about Lucha Libre, luchas getting upset about this American guy in a mask. But there's been other Americans that wear a mask. Like Ricochet, he's worn a mask before.
Yeah.
And there's been others. There's been others. The fact that he's wearing a mask is pretty cool. I mean, we don't know who he is, but it's great. It's great writing.
But Ricochet kind of that was his character as Prince Puma. A certain somebody. Well, if you're Mexican, I'm not Mexican, but I'm looking at this thinking funny. But what does it do for Mania? But Andy ripped off Dragon Lee's mask, so add insult to injury, I suppose. Ripped off the mask, ankle lock, tap out. So I'm not Mexican, but if I was like looking at this, you're mocking my heritage. You're mocking. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be happy.
Well, this is what we call great heel work. I would say this is amazing heel work, right? Since whoever this wrestler is behind the mask
Yeah,
might have something against luchadors. So this actually makes it actually kind of complex, but great writing.
that's what Bill Apter said. Bill Apter said he's upsetting people, great heel. But he can also see, just like I can, how the Mexicans are all getting upset. So,
Well, that's how you know you're doing great heel work then. If no one's getting upset about what you're doing, is it good?
true. Yeah. Kind of like the Cena stuff. No one's upset that he buried the. Well, maybe a select handful are happy that he upset that he buried the spinner belt, but just imagine being sat there with spinner belt over your shoulder and Cena's going, "Oh, it's a load of crap." Okay, okay. Yeah. Made official triple threat at Mania: CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. Stephanie Places started on Wednesday, like I said earlier. Watched it. It was only up for 25 minutes. CM Punk came on out. This just to hype up the contract signing for SmackDown. So your thoughts of? I know you didn't watch the CM Punk promo, but it was just a hype promo. That was it. So your thoughts, if you've got any, and are you planning on watching Stephanie's Places or no?
I don't plan on watching Stephanie's Places because it's on ESPN Plus, and that's like a premium service, a subscription service that you have to get the subscription for. So I don't care. And I didn't watch the CM Punk promo.
It was just hype. It was just great to be in Glasgow. We'll see you on SmackDown kind of thing.
Okay.
Chad Gable came out with a tissue in his hand, pretending to be ill. So again, they're playing into that character, which was good. That was it. It was filler. It was just the Lucha did a good hands with them El Grande Americano, and now can go back to the US. Bye, and that was it. Like, okay. And Penta defeated Bron Breakker by DQ because the Judgment Day beat up Penta. Penciled in for WrestleMania. We could easily main event a Raw is Penta versus Bron versus Finn versus Dominic. That's a WrestleMania match now. Ugh.
But tag team or fatal four way?
Four way.
Ooh.
And that's where you do the split up with Judgment Day. Lots of people are saying Dominic should win. I think Penta should win, but that's just me. Rating for Raw. Ugh. The crowd was dead. To say that Scotland they get much wrestling, they were dead. But mid card, I'll say. Your thoughts on Penta going over Bron by DQ and the rumored Phil four-way?
I mean, yeah. I mean, this is trying to build up for WrestleMania because that's what kind of like Penta kind of came here for, to main event thing. Well, not main event, but like to be a part of bigger things, not just being on Raw, but being a part of WrestleMania. I like the Fatal 4-Way idea. I mean, you know who I want to win.
Yeah. I think he was.
He got to go up to the next level if he's going to become a World Heavyweight Champion one day.
I think it was one of the many podcasts I watch. Ugh, I'll watch a lot, but one I think it might have been Bill Apter, it might have been somebody else, but whoever it was said they do an evolution. So Dominic wins, put him on his shoulders, backdrop, something very similar to that. Judgment Day turn, making Dominic face. But then people don't. Right now, people don't care about Dominic. He gets zero reaction now anyway, so you could turn him face.
Nah, right now would be the wrong time to turn him face. For him to be face, you gotta do something like the Judgment Day would have to do something real crazy to him and Liv Morgan.
Oh yeah, Liv. Yes.
Yeah, I remember like if wherever Dominic goes, Liv goes, and then wherever Liv goes, Raquel goes. So it's kind of like the Judgment Day would just be dead if you kill off those three characters.
Okay. That was just a.
I know, but I'm just saying, like that.
Yeah.
Like you talk about bad booking, that would be terrible.
That was just a suggestion by. It might have been Bischoff, either Bischoff, Bill Apter, one of those said it. So.
Mm.
Going right into NX to the T. So Stephanie Vicky are in double duty. She kicks off the night, retaining the women's NXT title against Jada Parker. I don't think Jada looked bad in defeat, and I still think she's in that title picture. I think we're getting fatal 4-way at Stand and Deliver. Yeah, cool way to kick off NXT. Obviously, they made it look like she was going to lose her title against Fallon at the end of the night with a beatdown from Fatal Influence. Vic Joseph did a sit-down interview with Ricky Saints, who now to me feels just another guy on the roster. Is like, all of his attraction is just gone. Sean's now okay. What the bit of light? Sean Spears interrupting and says, "You can always go back to." Oh no, you can't. You burnt your bridges. So he nearly said AEW. We all knew what he meant, but he didn't quite say it. And you get in that match. That match is next week, and not at Stand and Deliver. And I see Ricky Saints losing. I don't see them putting a title on him this early. But Sean Spears only just won it. His faction's getting a push, so play DQ finish or something, I would imagine. But yeah, your thoughts of Stephanie retaining against Jada. Did you watch the interview? Your thoughts on it?
I watched the last bit of the interview. That kind of made me laugh. But Ricky getting a title, like Ricky, and I said this last week, man, Ricky is just another dude now. For the first 2 weeks, he was cool. Maybe even like 2.5 weeks, he was fine. But now, man, you're just part of the roster, brother. So him getting on top shot this early, it kind of speaks to him just being a regular dude. I love me some Stephanie Fakir, so I'm happy to. I know it was two of my favorite people on NXT, but I'm happy that Stephanie got to retain her title. Jada is definitely an upper mid card talent. And in terms of like NXT, like she's definitely within that picture still, or the North American title, but she might even be a slightly bit above. But definitely a good match from Jada and from Stephanie.
I think she's in the main title picture now. But Tariq Igwe, Tyson DuPont, Wesley's Boys defeated Hank Walker and Tank Ledger. Cool, but again, I don't know what this gets them, because I said this last week. The Hardys are going after the titles, probably at Stand and Deliver. So I suppose Tariq and Tyson get a shot after Stand and Deliver, but they could do that, which I think actually retain. They lost against the Hardys, so I think they retain this time. So yeah, you could do that. Lexus King retains the Heritage Cup. Very clever, defeating Javon Evans by count out, so it doesn't make Javon Evans look weak, but it keeps the cup on Lexus. And Ober cost Javon the match because he was upset last week about the cutter. And this, yes, now it's probably a triple threat match at Stand and Deliver. Ober, Javon, Trick. Is that where they reveal that Trick's part of the leader? Because I still think he is. I still think he's the leader. But your thoughts on Tariq Igwe, Tyson DuPont winning, and Lexus King retaining the Heritage Cup?
Those boys winning just kind of builds towards them maybe becoming tag team championship contenders. We'll see. Who won the Heritage Cup?
Lexus retained by count out against Javon.
Well, whatever.
Do you think the Trick gets revealed as a leader next week, or are they saving that for Stand and Deliver?
If I was them, I would save it. If that's the truth, I will save it.
Again, this week they stopped in the tracks. Like, why didn't they attack him? They're attacking everybody else, but not Trick.
We'll see.
Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley beat Lash legend Jakari Jackson. This makes sense because they're going after the women's. They went after on Thursday the women's TNA tag team titles. So it's just a momentum builder. So that made sense why they won. Ethan Page over Andre Chase. Okay. And I'll finish up here and say Stephanie Vikier retained again. I was slightly shocked. I thought Fallon was winning it back. I thought it was a 1 week thing. Because they need to take the title off her, because what do they now do for Stand and Deliver? You have one person holding 2 titles. But unless it's winner takes all, Stand and Deliver, and now whoever wins has 2 titles, they could do that. So Jordan Grace comes on out. Jada Parker takes out Jordan again, and then Jordan stands tall at the end. So I think Fatal 4 where you're getting Stephanie Vikier, Jada, Julia, Jordan. Rating, I'll say mid-card. It was, again, nothing really newsworthy this week for NXT, but still a decent episode. So let's go through all 3. Your thoughts on Gigi and Tatum over Lash and Jakara, and Ethan over Andre Chase?
I didn't like the fact that Gigi and Paxley beat Metaphor. It didn't make sense because Metaphor is also trying to go after the TNA Tag Team Championship. So I'm so confused on the booking about it. If they're booking together, the way I'm thinking about it in my head, it didn't make any sense. But okay, I'm gonna let it go. Andre Chase loses to Ethan Page. I mean, it was a good match, but Andre Chase has no like motivations behind him, and it's kind of sucks because like his character is like a beat up guy that lost everything, which he did, but still like, it's kind of like meh. And then Stephanie Vikier beat Cowboy Hat Girl, so that's cool. That's what's up. Finally, Fatal Attraction has finally cracked where I can recognize who's who. Cowboy Hat Girl.
And do you see a Fatal 4-way being made for Stand and Deliver?
I do. Stephanie Vikier for sure. Definitely Jordan Grace. Actually, no, I see a triple threat. I don't know why I don't see a Fatal 4-way. I don't see Jada being a part of that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. But Stephanie, Jordan Grace, and Julia. I don't see Jada. I see Jada maybe doing like a North American title thing, but I don't. Or you know what they could do? Ooh, you know what they could do? Do you remember when Kurt Angle held both the Intercontinental and European Championship?
You need to defend it like 2 out of 3 falls.
No, it wasn't a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Was it not him, a certain Canadian we don't talk about, and Jericho, and then one title's on the line and then other title's on the line at Mania?
Yes. So I think that might be what is done during the main event.
Oof. Doesn't that make the main event way?
Well, not main event, but semi-main.
If they did that for the main event, I think it makes it a little bit too long. But
I mean, it is the main event, so it's the last match on the card. So
going to be on with the busiest weekend of the year, but it's busy.
I mean, the week is already busy, so what does it matter?
Yeah, there's about 50,000 things going on. Like they just WWE just keep adding and adding and adding and adding, making sure fans have a great time in Las Vegas. But
And spend that money.
yes. We'll get to money in a second here, but yeah, your rating for NXT.
Upper mid card. There were really good things about it, but then there was also things that was like, man.
So I'll take just 10 seconds to say about the money. So is it $10,000 for to sit front row? You get a photo at the podium, and you get a photo with Triple H, Lex Luger, and Michelle McCool. Luger, the convention I went to, Luger was doing photos for £50, however much that is in dollars. And then you think 10,000 is a lot. 25,000 for a dinner with John Cena. And the crazy thing about this is people will pay for it.
Because they're marked.
WWE can charge as much as they like. People will buy a ticket.
Because they're marked.
One match had been made at Mania. And who's going to turn around and say, oh, it's Jey Uso versus Gunther, it's Charlotte versus Tiffany, for example. I'm not going then. Oh, the hell. They booked the hotel, they booked the flights, they booked the tickets. Of course they're going. Anyway, yes, let's quickly move on. So on speed, Sol Ruka over Katana Chance. She advances. I'll give that a jobber. On Evolve, Stevie Turner is the new GM. Wolfgang over Sam Holloway. Colonel Gray over Zora Zaka. In women's tag team action, Layla Diggs and Aria Bennett over Kalix, who's Jessica Carr, the referee under a mask. And here's Jameson. And then Timothy Thatcher, who used to be on NXT, probably way before you were watching, I don't know. He returned and lost to Sean Legacy. Mid-card. So on to SmackDown, that was 21 days away as of the writing of SmackDown. Out comes Cody Rhodes. Did nothing to hype up his confrontation with Cena on Raw. In fact, he cried. Which I hope, and I bet he won't, but Cena uses that in his promo tomorrow and says, you're weak, you have a heart, I don't, and I'm going to use it against you. That's what I'm hoping they do, but I bet they don't. How does Cena, and it's Cody crying, how does Cody crying getting ready for meant to be a savage John Cena? Anyway, out comes Orton, the fans love him. Drew McIntyre comes out, of course, from the UK, the fans love him. Sets up a match for later. Yeah, decent way to kick things off. Street Profits still your tag team champions against Pretty Deadly. We've said it. We've both said it. I think multi-man match, possibly a ladder match for Mania with Pretty Deadly involved. And if I'm booking, I would like Pretty Deadly to win at Mania. But Street Profits have only just won, so then if Pretty Deadly win, you're playing hot potato with those titles, and But your thoughts on the Cody, Orton, Drew segment and Street Profits retaining against Pretty Deadly?
I didn't really see the segment, so I can't really say much about it. I think I just totally missed SmackDown. So Street Profits keeping their tag titles is cool, but like I still see Pretty Deadly getting them at Mania.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I would love that, and the fact that there's no the generic side plates on the tag titles would also make me believe that, because why would they spend? Okay, WWE is $1 billion company, but why waste money on side plates when in 3 weeks' time they're changing the tag titles? So changing the titles are changing hands. For all the profits have only just won, so There's a new wing for the Hall of Fame, and I think this will make a lot of people happy. So the immortal moments, so basically matches are now going to the Hall of Fame. So Bret Hart, Stone Cold at WrestleMania 13, making Bret a 3-time Hall of Famer and Stone Cold a 2-time Hall of Famer. Great. I think the Hall of Fame this year are for the fans. People wanted Sean McCool in for years. People have wanted Luger in. People have wanted Natural Disasters in. People have wanted Triple H in as a solo. But obviously, now he's in charge. He looks like he's putting himself in. And people wanted matches in the Hall of Fame. So I think the Hall of Fame will make a lot of people happy. I suppose it's not booking, is it? You're not booking everybody to go in the Hall of Fame. It's just, yeah. But yeah, I like that matches are going in. Alba Fire and Papa Niven, Her Secret Herbis. Over the Party Girls. So I've said this before, I'll say it again. Pairing Alba with Chelsea Green has really paid off. So, your thoughts on matches now going into the Hall of Fame and Her Secret Herbis over the Party Girls?
I don't think it should just be matches. I think it should be moments, right? And weirdly enough, I'm surprised that's the first moment or match that's going to the Hall of Fame. Because honestly, I would think something else would go in there. And it maybe because it's not a WWE product, but a WCW product, but the NWO. But they are going in as a stable, as a faction, but it's not the same as going in for that moment, if that makes sense.
Well, it's the moment, but it is the match. The match, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. So, yeah, Stone Cold Bret Hart is going in.
And that was one hell of a match. When I tell you, when I watched it back before we had Peacock, when I watched it back on the W Network, and I legit watched the bill for that match. The bill was really good, actually. And I watched the match itself. I could tell you, I was like, whoa. That was a great heel turn. Stone Cold like a badass. And Ken Shamrock even looked good. So for three people, it did something. Like not just two, but three. And I know Ken Shamrock might not be there, but it looked good for all three of those guys. So I actually like this. I'm hoping to see. I wonder what's the next one going to be. Ooh.
So Brett and Austin will be there. So I think this is a clear indication Austin's going to be there at Mania, getting involved in the Cody Cena match. Other matches, well, with the whole list to choose from, I'd probably put in Shawn Michaels, Taker, both of them. Rock Hogan at Mania. Rock Cena, first one.
Lita and Trish.
Many matches could go in. Many. Oh, Andre and Hogan.
Yeah.
Randy Savage and Steamboat.
Yeah. And I hope it's not just WWE matches. I hope it's since they own properties of WCW and ECW, I hope so too, those matches. But
Cody Reigns, the first one wasn't a bad match, but it's not iconic. It's not an immortal iconic match. It's not up there with Rock Hogan, Rock Cena, Triple H Taker in Hell in a Cell. That was good. That was going to be another one that goes in.
That was very good. Yeah, we'll see. But I like the idea. And what was the other thing you asked me about?
I just hope the Rock goes in before. For instance, if it's Rock Hogan next year, that's a match that goes in. I hope the Rock's going in as well next year. Anyway, yes, Her Secret Herbie, so Alba Fire, Papa Niven over the Party Girls.
Oh, I like the Secret Herbis. I like it. To be honest, they should be the next tag team champions for real. But just my thoughts.
But it would be heel beating heels, so yeah, they could, but yeah, I would have done that. Yeah.
Well, you gotta put a babyface team in the middle, so a triple threat tag match, or fatal four way tag team ladder match. Hell,
Alba Fire, Niven, Party Girl.
It's WrestleMania. Here's the thing, WrestleMania. This is the time of the year that you go all out, right? Because remember, this is like compared to the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, the Stanley Cup, the Final Four, the Masters for golf. This is that, right? So honestly, this should be the show that you go all out for, even if it don't make no fucking sense.
It doesn't
like
feel
when the Hardy Boys returned, they had nothing to do, but yet they won the titles, right? Like this should be the day that you're just like, fuck it. We're just booking whatever looks good.
Yeah. And it's 20 days away. We've got 6 official matches. Damn.
Yeah.
Matches are getting built, but they're not official. They're not set. We've got 6 matches with 20 days away. Damn.
Yeah, we need more.
Not good. But you said something there and I forgot. Women's tag titles. What was it? I can't remember.
Women's tag titles, either a triple threat or fatal 4-way. That ladder match.
My matches, you're getting men's triple threat, women's triple threat.
Fuck it.
I tell me multi-man. Looks like the US tell me multi-man. The SmackDown tag titles multi-man. So that's 5 multi-man matches, possibly 6. Whatever CM Punk's favorite.
Listen, let's try to get as many people with a WrestleMania paycheck as possible.
That just says to me they've got nothing for any of these people. Let's just throw them into one match. Anyway, Braun Strowman over LA Knight.
Yeah.
So imagine. Well, then they're also building Solo and Jacob. I think you do Solo, Jacob, Braun, and LA Knight. Here we go. Another multi-man match. Charlotte taps like Meechin, builds momentum for her heading into Mania, and the build to that match was Tiffany doing a backstage interview. She's like, now they know that's not going to be the main event. It's like, so let's downplay this match. Okay. Anyway, your thoughts on Strowman defeating LA Knight beat by DQ and Charlotte tapping out Meechin?
Meant to all of it. like they're I get it, try to put Tiffany on ice until the moment happens, but come on, man.
Drew McIntyre with a big win against the Viper, Randy Orton. All that Kevin Owens had to do was just stand there and Orton lost. Okay. Big win for Orton. Builds momentum heading into Damian Priest. That's going to be the match. This hasn't been made official yet. Owens being there plays into it, but it's a big win. It's a big win. But I would have, as I was supposed someone needs to win, and again, I would have probably done DQ. Jimmy Uso knocks off the Miz. Zero shock here. So Jimmy's got Gunther tomorrow night. Okay. And Nick Ellis in the ring. Their contract signing. Roman Reigns comes out. Seth Rollins did. CM Punk did. This is your main event for night 1. But CM Punk said it and said that's not the favor. So the favor is probably, my guess would be, winner of this gets into the match on night 2. So if that's the way they're going, it's Punk, Cody, Cena. Because my booking is Cena wins and Punk wins. So Punk wins night 1, Cena wins it's a title. It's Punk and Cena at SummerSlam. If they're doing a triple threat at Mania, we could have Cody still loses the title. And then you can still do Cena Punk. But yeah, your thoughts of Drew McIntyre over Orton, Jimmy Uso defeating the Miz, and the contract signing.
Good win for Drew. Very good win for Drew McIntyre. You know, I mean, gotta have momentum going to WrestleMania, so that's very good for him. What was the thing you said before the contract signing?
Jimmy Uso beating the Miz.
Nah, whatever. Now, the contract signing. Now, y'all don't usually hear me talk great about Roman Reigns. Y'all don't, because Ricky is a fucking, yeah. Ricky ruins Roman Reigns for me. But if there's one thing about me, y'all, I love comedy. Roman Reigns is the absolute definition of a Philly Bull being the worst. So while CM Punk is signing the contract, it sounds good. Paul Heyman's like, oh my God, you get to live your dream. You get to be a WrestleMania main eventer. Roman says, One man's dream is another man's favorite paycheck. Yes. That moment right there made me realize how funny Roman Reigns really is. Because why are you saying that right then and there at that moment in time? One man's dream is another man's favorite paycheck. Yes.
Well,
That was so insane when I watched it because I didn't watch SmackDown, guys, but I did watch SmackDown. I did see some highlights of SmackDown via Instagram, and that's literally my favorite clip ever. Like that's one of my favorite clips because, like, why are you saying that like that? One man's dream is another man's favorite paycheck. Yes, right. And the topper on top of it was seeing Seth Rollins being so pissed off about it. Seth Rollins, as long as CM Punk is in the business, and as long as Roman Reigns is around, he will never be happy. And I love it because I'm not the biggest. Now, mind you, you guys know how I feel about Philip. I don't care about him. I don't care about Philip. But someone that I care about that I don't care about just as much as Philip is Seth Rollins. I don't care about him. It kind of annoys me a little bit. And the fact that Roman Reigns is actually the biggest bright spot for me during that segment speaks a lot because I could care less about Roman because of Ricky. But that moment right there was so funny because why is he like this? Why is he like that? He's just like, he's like, hey, man, it's on page 4, section 5. Come on, sign it already. Let's go, man. You take it forever. You never signed one of these before? Roman Reigns, you finally got me to crack. Good for you. You got me to break character on you. Good job.
Do you think the favour is winner added to the to Cena Cody night 2?
I hope not. I really hope it's not. I hope it's a one-on-one match and not a triple threat match. Because to be honest with you, if my favorite is a triple threat match, I look like a fucking dummy. Why am I asking for a 33 and a third % chance to win? That's dumb.
It makes sense for Cena's promo against the night after Chamber on The Rock and 2 nights after, whatever it was. Following Raw, Punk did a promo on The Rock and Cena, so being added makes sense. I can't see what else it can be. What else can it be? Unless it's
a one-on-one match at Backlash.
Unless it's a title shot later down the line and Punk can cash it in whenever. You could do that, and that's your match at SummerSlam.
Or, I got another suggestion on what it could be. Instead of after the match at WrestleMania, Heyman being in Punk's corner for when he wins the title again, kind of thing.
Yeah, or it could be Punk okay. The favour is Punk gets the title shot anytime he wants, and he chooses to get that title shot after Cena wins. So Cena breaks the 17, breaks the record, GTS 1, 2, 3. Even though I would do that at SummerSlam, and I think Cena's got to win, beat Cody, be a proper heel. If they're doing what I think they're going to do, for half of me think Cody's going to. I'm very 50-50. I think Cody. I think they're doing all of this just to make Cody look good. Cena's going to shake his hand, raise his hand, and there we go, his face again, and these heels meant nothing. I think he should win. Cena wins, faces Punk at SummerSlam. Then the Rock bottoms. The Rock's there. He rock bottoms Cena, and then Cena's face. That's where we turn Cena and the Rock helps him be face again. And they could do that at Mania. But what a waste! After half of me thinks they're doing it just to have Cody win. Just ugh. But my rating for SmackDown, I thought it was a good one. I'll say opening mid card. What's your rating?
Mid card.
And do you agree that? Are you 50-50? Do you think this is all just to make Cody look good at Mania?
No. None of it.
I hope not, but I want to see, like I said, 50-50. Come when we do WrestleMania predictions, I'll have made a decision. But if Cody wins at Mania, it will not shock me at all. And he shouldn't, but I think that does more harm than good. Like I said, people are fed up with him, and then who takes the title off him? But like I said, 50-50. I think they're doing it just for having win at Mania. But let's play one more ad here, and they've got some predictions to do by Dynasty. Whoopee. But yes, let me play this first. So that is right. Like, subscribe, all of that. And here's another taster of Marcus's channel right here, right now. Take a look at this. So that is right. Like, subscribe for all your food and drink review needs. There it is right there. So yeah, let's do a few predictions, and here they are. Let me play this. So it's going to take me longer to put up the thing than it is to predict, but let me do that. Quick. There they are. So, Daniel Garcia versus Adam Cole for the TNT title. Garcia to retain.
I guess I got Adam Cole, baby. I never even heard of the other guy.
Okay. Yeah. Adam Cole could win. Garcia has not done very much with the title. I don't think he's defending it on pay-per-view till now. But I'll say Garcia. Bandido versus Chris Jericho. Title versus mass match for the Ring of Honor World title. Okay, does Jericho get heat by taking the mask of Bandido? Probably. A win over Jericho means nothing in 2025. Jericho retains. Who have you got?
Give me the learning tree.
Rated FTR taking on the Death Riders for the trio tag titles. This has got to be rated FTR, surely. If they lose this after Cope lost to Moxley after stabbing him with a thing. Rated FTR. Do you see new champions or no?
I do see FTR winning. I hope they win.
Megan Bayne versus Tony Storm. Tony Storm just won the title last month in Australia. Tony Storm's retaining.
It's timeless.
Kenny Omega versus Ricochet versus Speedball Mike Bailey. International Championship again. Omega's just won the title. Cool that Speedball Mike Bailey's in this match. I think he's come straight into it, getting the title shot on pay-per-view. But this is Omega. Who have you got?
I'm gonna go on and let him say Ricochet.
Okay. And John Moxley versus Swerve Strickland. Strickland should win. I want him to win, but rumors are Darby Allin's going to be the guy to be taking the title of Moxley. So with that said, Moxley retains here.
I don't care what they're saying out there. Wrestling dirt sheets have been proven wrong. So
I'd love Swerve to win, and he's super over with Prince Nana, but I think all these crazy spots are just to have Darby Allin come back, and they're gonna have a really crazy match, and Darby's gonna take the title, which will do wonders for ratings. Anyway, let's move on to our final piece of final segment. So let's get into that People Studios. It is time for. That is right. News and headlines, and Mark is going to be kicking off this week with big news about someone that has left AEW.
Oh, yeah. So Saraya, however you want to say her name, also known as Paige from WWE, has left AEW. She said there's no bad blood between her and the company, but she has moved on from AEW. I'm not particularly sure what's going to be next for her, Paige. She might be going back home. That's what seems like to be the big thing nowadays. You spent a little time with AEW, you got cleared. You wrestled a couple matches to prove that you can go. The question is, will the doctors approve of her still? And if that is the case, does she wrestle? Is she just managerial? There's a lot of questions about Saraya and what she might end up doing with WWE, but I feel like the big thing is she might end up going back there, or she might end up going to TNA, which would be a pretty damn good move too. Ricky, what's your thoughts on Saraya?
Well, she didn't get the worst treatment in AEW. She won the title in London, their first All In Wembley, so it doesn't get much bigger than that. But then after that, I think she was champion for a month, and then nothing. So she had a big moment, and then nothing. And I think Saraya Paige signing with AEW was big because they let her wrestle. But again, nothing. After winning the title, she was a jobber. Not a jobber, but she had a team with Ruby Soho and Tony Storm called the Social Outcast, or a rip-off of NWO. I think she will come back, and I think she could come back as soon as early as tomorrow in London. Because AEW has no compete clause, so she could turn up as early as tomorrow. Think of the pop that she gets tomorrow if she turns up.
Yeah, can you imagine through the skies, or whatever name her song is plays? That would go crazy.
I won't even do that. I'd have her just turn up in the she's did she come in as a heel? Who's a champion? Did she go after the? She could go after the. She could mark as face. Either or, she's getting a pop, but she's face or heel. She comes in, clocks somebody, takes off the hood, and it's her. Vince Russo said she comes back the night after Mania, because after Mania, they're going to need everybody. She could come back there. That's the night she debuted. The night after Mania 30. So I think she comes home. I think she comes back to WWE. It's a case of when. But it could be as early as tomorrow. So, does she wrestle? Well, if she's cleared, why not? Another piece of news is Charlie Dempsey is doing Bloodsport. I'm not too familiar with Bloodsport, but I'm not sure the more hardcore wrestling, more extreme wrestling. Again, not too familiar, but he's not doing anything really on NXT, so why not? So this keeps him busy WrestleMania weekend. Why not? Your thoughts?
I don't know much about Bloodsport either. Is that a GCW thing, or
could be? I think might be some similar to GCW.
Okay, well, I don't know much about it. It seemed like the purest of wrestlers or MMA guys or gals that are employed by WWE goes there. Like Shayna Baszler went there last year, so I guess this is a good thing for Charlie Dempsey. I'm not too sure. I don't really know how this helps him or does anything for him. But I mean, cool. That's what's up. But I don't know.
Gives him something to do and puts the word out there. Not that they need it putting out there. The word out there WrestleMania weekend.
I guess it does, but I think it does more for Charlie Dempsey himself than it does for the company.
Speaking of putting the word out there, just like the NBA titles, WWE are now doing soccer for you, football for me titles. They look good up close. Drew McIntyre did a video, and you saw what the titles in that video, and they look good. £500, they don't look good for £500 or five. So again, I don't know how much is in dollars. Again, that's WWE going into that market, and the chant of the Roman Reigns, or Cody Rhodes. That chant there is a soccer chant. So WWE is going into that market. So why not? But I can't see them selling well. Is all I'm going to say. What's your thoughts?
I mean, WWE has done that already with our sports here. They've done it with baseball teams. They've done it with basketball teams. They've done it with football teams. They've done it already with college football teams. So this is just another marketing thing that they're trying to do. Trying to blend the two crowds together, because that's what it does here. And I mean, if you're a fan of this football team, you want to get this championship, right? If you're a fan of this baseball team, you want to get the championship that goes along with it. And if you like wrestling, so they're trying to combine, football, which is huge for you guys over there, with WWE. They're trying to combine the fan bases to hopefully make some profit off of that, which is all right, I guess. But how successful it's going to be, I don't know.
Yeah, £500.
I mean, people buy stuff like that, so not me, but
Says why not? Right? They've gone into that market. They get that football, soccer is hugely popular.
I don't know.
But how many sell? Probably not many.
Probably.
And also got the final piece of news about where Raw will be in August.
Le Français! Au Paris! So, Raw will be in Paris, France. Vive le Français! And so that's a pretty cool move. We've seen how France have done with Backlash. I can only imagine what's going to be like for Raw. If anything, that's probably the most electric European crowd that WWE has encountered. So, shout out to France for killing it. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Italy was loud. You couldn't hear Orton's theme when Italy was singing. But yeah, France were, hot, really hot. They're getting rewarded. They're doing SmackDown Clash at, what's it called? Clash in Paris and Raw. So they're getting rewarded for being a hot crowd.
Probably the most profitable, too.
Raw's international. Why not? It makes sense. Not got massive, huge thoughts about it, but why not? We were supposed to say that means a pay-per-view. They are getting a pay-per-view, but the wrestlers don't have to travel. They can stay there for Monday. Yeah, why not? You'll be a hot crowd for Raw. And lots of money. That's all WWE are thinking, lots of money. But yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? Make that money.
So that is it for this week. That do you want to promote your channel one last time? I don't know when you've got a video coming up, but
yeah, I might have a video tomorrow. I might have a video later today, later this week. I'm not too sure when the next video is going to be. I got a couple ideas. I mean, with the 64, with the boring banana bread, these are giving me some ideas. I also have an idea as far as like my footwear has been going, because I've been going through a change with the footwear. So more than likely, there's going to be some reviews probably tomorrow morning. So guys, please watch out for that. Please be aware. Please like, share, subscribe, hit them bells for notifications. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the things I got cooking up. See what we got going. See if we can commit to that, because brother be tired.
that is right. So yeah, it's right there in the description also. At least get him up to just 7 away Not like the days to WrestleMania, the 20 days to Mania, but 7 subscribers away from 60. Yeah, get him there. But do like and subscribe right here. Let me guys let me know if you want to be involved in the quiz for WrestleMania weekend, double quiz, both nights. I work very hard for you guys. Like I said, 3 shows in one day, 4 shows in one weekend, WrestleMania weekend, 4. Ricky Goldman going to be tired after Raw's finished on when he's NXT and SmackDown and I complain, but I still watch it all.
He's the definition of insanity.
There's all these hours of wrestling that I still sit and watch. 12 hours of wrestling a week, but I still watch it all. But yes, final words, of course, as always, are to you, Marcus.
Ching ching, bling bling. There's always Ted over here, Jabron.
And that is right. Do hit the subscribe. We'll see you guys next Sunday. This is now moving to Sundays, unless, of course, it's a pay-per-view. It might be a Saturday, early Saturday. So keep an eye out. We'll see you guys certainly next Sunday, 2 weeks away from WrestleMania. And always remember, if wrestling is the game, excellence is the name, and excellence is Ricky Goldman.